With a casual flick of his hand, 100 million spirit stones were tossed out, piling up like a mountain. The old man who had been screaming and chasing him down just moments ago now submitted without the slightest hesitation. It was obvious that because of this trash, his daughter's purity had been taken. Back then, the old man had pounded his chest and slammed the table, declaring that even if 100 million spirit stones were laid before him, he would still demand justice for his daughter. But when the spirit stones were truly placed in front of him, he could only swallow his grief, apologize to his daughter, and accept the money. Not only that, he went on to distribute billions of spirit stones one after another, causing the entire clan to revere him and elevate him to clan leader. No one knew where such a worthless cripple had dug up so many spirit stones, nor did they realize that he was actually the chosen, someone who could casually complete a single mission and be rewarded with an entire fortune. In the grand hall of the Lin family, a clan that appeared imposing and wealthy, a young man named Lin Bei was sprawled on the ground, panting heavily as if he had just experienced a terrifying nightmare. Immediately, a bucket of cold water was splashed straight onto Lin Bei's face, jolting him awake. He screamed in confusion and anger, unable to understand what the hell was going on. As soon as he woke up, he did not panic but shouted instead, "Crap, I'm gonna be late for work." Standing right in front of him were three elders staring at him with bullet-like gazes. One middle-aged man, presumably the clan head, asked sternly, "You unfilial brat, do you admit your crime?" Lin Bei looked blank. "Huh, and who are you people supposed to be?" Lin Bei was utterly bewildered. He shouted loudly, asking what kind of hellish place they had dragged him to. At this moment he looked just like a chick that had lost its mother. Seeing that Lin Bei was still pretending to be ignorant, an elder with a scruffy beard, namely Master Su, shouted angrily, "This punk is still pretending to be confused. No need for more nonsense. I'll just cut him down with one strike." Saying so, Master Su did not hesitate at all, drawing his sword and slashing a sharp sword light toward Lin Bei. It looked like he truly intended to take his life. At the critical moment, the middle-aged Lin family head stepped in, using his sword to block Master Su's attack, and advised Master Su to calm down. Lin Bei was so frightened that tears streamed down his face. He quickly hid behind the Lin family head and stammered a warning, "Old man, I'm warning you, murder is against the law." Being called old man was like adding fuel to the fire. Master Su was furious to the point that his face turned red and veins bulged on his forehead. The Lin family had hurriedly tried to mediate. In this matter the Lin family is in the wrong. Once I finish questioning him, I will personally hand this unfilial son over, and let the Su family deal with him as they see fit. Master Su, please calm down first. However, Master Su still shouted angrily at Lin Bei, "You little bastard, go die." Then he looked at the Lin family head, snorted coldly and said, "I want to see just what you can possibly get out of this so-called questioning." The Lin family head turned to look at Lin Bei and barked, "You unfilial brat, what are you standing there for? Kneel." Hearing this, he was utterly confused. The Lin family head continued, "You actually dared to commit such a crime against the Su family's young lady, and you still haven't apologized to Master Su." Lin Bei replied blankly, "No, seriously, what Lin family, what Su family? I don't understand a word of what you're talking about." Master Su believed Lin Bei was pretending to have amnesia to escape punishment. He growled, "Look at him. Even now he's pretending to have lost his memory. What's the point of questioning someone like this? If you asked me, just chop Lin Bei down already." Lin Bei tried to defend himself, "You've definitely got the wrong guy." Just as he was about to say more, his head suddenly felt like it was being split open by a hammer. A massive surge of unfamiliar memories began flooding into his mind, causing him to clutch his head and scream miserably. Fragments of the former owner's life flashed by like a movie, from being carried in his father's arms as a newborn, to practicing martial arts, to being lazy and shirking duties. Lin Bei finally realized the truth: he had transmigrated. Within the memories he saw a man with a face perfectly suited for a protagonist named He Fan. Seemingly, the world he had transmigrated into followed a familiar comic trope. The memories continued, showing that the original Lin Bei was a genuine spoiled playboy, flirting with a beauty. Lin Bei thought to himself, "Why does this setup feel so familiar?" The scenes in the memories grew increasingly worse. The beauty suddenly fainted, a perverted laugh rang out. Lin Bei began to sense that what came next would be bad. And then, the scene he least wanted to see arrived. the original Lin Bei committed a heinous act against that beauty. Meanwhile, the present Lin Bei, as a mere spectator, flushed red and made an off-topic comment. This tree is so white. No, wait, this grass is so big. Returning to reality, after watching the entire memory reel, Lin Bei not only felt no fear but even smiled proudly and spoke up. Judging from this, it really does look like I was the one who did it. This attitude drove Master Su mad. Why do you still look so proud of yourself? Master Su's rage reached its peak. He said nothing and directly swung his sword down, swearing to deal with this insolent brat. The Lin family head rushed forward once again, shouting loudly, Master Su, calm down, calm down. A classic bare-handed blade catch scene left Lin Bei gaping in shock. After fully digesting all the memories, Lin Bei clutched his head and screamed in despair. Wait, this plot, this setup, damn it, the villain is actually me? Lin Bei muttered inwardly, in a novel, I'd totally be that kind of scumbag who provokes the protagonist's woman and then gets stomped under the protagonist's feet as cannon fodder. He told himself, use your brain, think of something, if this keeps up, that old geezer over there is definitely going to slice me in half with one swing. At this moment, a purple light suddenly enveloped Lin Bei's body. He stared blankly, not understanding what was happening. Wasn't this a classic web novel trope? A system panel appeared before his eyes. Life-threatening danger detected. Family has minds system has successfully loaded. Instantly, Lin Bei's temperament changed by 180 degrees. His eyes filled with confidence. He revealed a sly smile. So this is that standard Transmigrated starter pack system? Now things are really looking up for me. The system announced, detecting that the host is facing a life-threatening crisis. Initiating emergency plan. Beginner's gift pack is being distributed. Lin Bei did not hesitate and tapped it. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the beginner's gift pack, 200 million spirit stones, already placed in the system backpack. Host, please resolve the Child of Destiny crisis to obtain destiny points and draw more rewards. Mission target. Host, please resolve the Su family head's revenge crisis and make him back down. Completion reward. 5 volumes of heaven-rank sword techniques, and 1 shadow stone. Contains evidence of the original body being framed. Failure penalty, killed. By the Su family head. Upon seeing the failure penalty, Lin Bei broke out in a cold sweat and muttered, damn it, if failing means dying, then even if you throw a mountain of spirit stones at me, I won't live long enough to spend them. While Lin Bei was busy digesting the system information, outside, his father was still struggling to restrain Master Su. You Lin brat, get out of my way, if not, the Su and Lin families will never rest until one side is dead. This, you unfilial son, hurry up and apologize to Master Su. Buffed by the system's confidence, Lin Bei stood up and said loudly, Master Su, I truly did wrong Miss Su in this matter, but I'd still like to try and save this situation. Master Su growled, save it? Fine, fine boy, you'd better have a way to save yourself, or I'll make sure you die a horrible death. Lin Bei smiled mysteriously, raised a glittering crystal card, and said, it's simple, I'll pay in spirit stones to buy my own life. Hearing Lin Bei's proposal, Master Su burst into laughter as if he had just heard the funniest joke in the world. To him, this was a grave insult. The laughter quickly turned into fury. Master Su shouted that the Lin family was going too far. Using money to settle a matter of honor was absolutely unacceptable. Ignoring Master Su's anger, Lin Bei calmly raised the card and quoted decisively, 1 million spirit stones. Lin Bei's father was utterly horrified upon hearing this. He shouted at his son, you unfilial brat, have you burned out your brain? 1 million is the Lin family's income for 10 years. Master Su was no less furious. He roared, a mere 1 million spirit stones, my daughter's purity is not something that can be settled with money. Lin Bei was a little surprised. He blinked and thought innocently, he actually doesn't agree, looks like that wasn't enough. Thinking this, Lin Bei spread his palm, smiled brightly and raised the price, then I'll offer 5 million spirit stones. Upon hearing the figure of 5 million, Master Su's heart suddenly skipped a beat. Although he maintained a tough exterior, his resolve wavered slightly. Master Su tried to hold his ground, sweat beading on his forehead. He cleared his throat. Humph, my Su family is a sword cultivator clan, upright and unbending, clean and incorruptible. To add weight to his words, he assumed an attacking stance and shouted, "Don't say 5 million, even if you took out 10 million or 100 million today, I would still never let you off." To prove his determination, Master Su roared and gathered his strength, leaping into the air, preparing to unleash his signature move Windriding Sword, determined to crush Lin Bei's idea of buying honor with money. However, Lin Bei seized upon the number Master Su had just blurted out. He raised the crystal card, smiled and said, "So 5 million isn't enough, then how about 100 million? As soon as he finished speaking, a rain of spirit stones in dazzling colors fell from the sky, forming an utterly shocking scene. Master Su could only stare wide-eyed in shock, completely speechless. Forgetting that he was still in midair, unable to react in time, he fell flat on his face to the ground. Master Su, who moments ago had been ferociously shouting about killing, was now pale as a sheet, his eyes wide open, sweat pouring down like rain. Before everyone's eyes stood a towering mountain of spirit stones. Master Su knelt on the ground, trembling as he stared in disbelief. "It's really 100 million? Not only Master Su, but even Lin Bei's father, the Lin family head, exclaimed in shock, "I've never seen so many spirit stones in my entire life." The other Lin family elders were no better. All of them stared slack-jawed and shouted, "This is impossible. Where did he get that many spirit stones?" Master Su remained seated on the ground, looking up at Lin Bei and asking with a trembling voice, "You're saying all of these spirit stones are for the Su family? 100 million spirit stones?" Lin Bei smiled faintly. "That's right, but from the looks of it, Master Su truly is a man of iron bones and unbending pride. Seems I'm the one being a bit vulgar here." Inwardly he thought, 100 million is 100 million, as long as I keep my life. With the system around, spirit stones are something I can always get more of. Lin Bei continued, "Since that's the case, I'll go ahead and accept these spirit stones then." Just as Lin Bei was about to retract the card, Master Su moved like lightning and grabbed his wrist, shouting, "Wait a minute." Master Su was undergoing a fierce internal struggle. Reason told him to stay calm, that this brat had defiled his daughter. But his heart screamed that the boy had offered 100 million, a figure even the Su family dared not dream of. He tried to convince himself that honor could not be compared to money. Yet before the power of money, all stubbornness became meaningless. Master Su burst into tears like a child, thinking, "But he really is offering way too much." Trying to preserve his last shred of dignity, Master Su cleared his throat and repeated his earlier words, "Humph, I said it long ago, even if you brought out 100 million spirit stones, I still wouldn't let you go." He hesitated for a moment, then continued in a meaningful tone, "But then again." He glanced at the Lin family head and went on, "The Su and Lin families have been on good terms for generations. We can't just ruin that harmony like this. To take a life over this might be going a bit too far, yes, and it's definitely not because of the spirit stones." Just like that, the crystal card was transferred in a perfectly reasonable manner. While storing the spirit stones into the card, Master Su said, "Today, I'll take my daughter home to rest first. Lin Boy, whether in reason or emotion, you owe my daughter an explanation. You have 3 days to come to my house in person and apologize." Then he turned and left, thinking inwardly, "I'm sorry, my girl, for the Su family's future. I can only wrong you for now." The moment Master Su left, the system immediately announced, "Congratulations to the host for completing the mission. You have obtained 5 volumes of heaven-rank sword techniques and 1 shadow stone, containing evidence that the original body was framed. They have been placed in the system backpack." Lin Bei let out a long sigh of relief, finally managing to keep his small life intact. But before he could be happy for long, a new mission appeared. New mission released. Mission target: Host, please root out the traitor inside the family and unite the family's power. Completion reward: 200 million spirit stones. Failure penalty: the child of destiny will wipe out your entire clan in a single night. All of a sudden, Lin Bei's father walked over, patted his son on the shoulder, and asked, "You little brat, where did you get so many spirit stones? By the way, if you're really giving all those spirit stones to the Su family, you're not leaving a little something for your old man?" Meanwhile, the great elder stood in a corner, clenching his fists, his face filled with anger and suspicion, muttering to himself, "Damn, He can actually endure even this. Su Sure Mao must be part turtle, right? But there's definitely something fishy about where those spirit stones came from. Just watch how this old man exposes him. Without hesitation, the great elder stepped forward, pointed straight at Lin Bei, and shouted, "Lin Bei, you've got some nerve, forcing the Lin family into a dead end like this." Lin Bei's father immediately stepped forward to shield his son, frowning as he asked, "Great elder, what do you mean by that?" The great elder loudly accused him, 100 million spirit stones? Even if we sold the entire Fengchi city, we still couldn't scrape together that kind of money. If you asked me, you must have stolen some powerhouse's spirit stones and brought a catastrophe down on the Lin family. Facing the accusation, Lin Bei did not flinch at all, instead turning to his father and asking, "Old man, let me ask you, within a 100-li radius of Fengchi city, is there any powerhouse who can casually take out 100 million spirit stones, huh?" Being questioned in return, the great elder was left speechless, only able to weakly repeat his old argument, that, who knows where you stole them from, anyway, the Lin family definitely doesn't have that many spirit stones, so the source of these has to be suspicious. Lin Bei curled his lips into a smirk and said, "What the great elder just said is actually quite interesting. Then what if I told you this 100 million spirit stones came from exactly that kind of powerhouse you're talking about?" The great elder sneered openly and replied, "Lin Bei, ligs like that might fool outsiders, but don't start lying to yourself. Sryang in the Lin family knows what kino of person you are. Who would ever take a Lekang to you?" Lin Bei countered using the elder's own logic. "So what you mean, great elder, is that someone like me, a wastrel that no powerhouse would ever look at twice, somehow has the ability to steal a powerhouse's spirit stones and still keep them from noticing?" Cornered by his own reasoning, the great elder could only stammer, unable to say anything further, having fallen straight into the logical trap he himself had set. Seeing the situation growing tense, the Lin family head spoke up, "Isn't that just nonsense? A powerhouse cultivator's senses are incredibly sharp. How could Lin Bei possibly steal their spirit stones?" The great elder hurriedly tried to cover things up, claiming he was only worried about the clan's safety, yet deep down, a suspicion arose. Could it be that this brat Lin Bei had truly caught the eye of some powerful force? At that moment, Lin Bei declared it was his turn to ask questions, fixing the elder with a cold gaze as he asked, "Great elder, I have no grudge or feud with you, so why are you being so aggressive toward me today?" The elder loudly asserted, "As the Lin family's elder, everything I do is for the Lin family's benefit. My conscience is clear," yet the sweat on his forehead and his evasive eyes betrayed him. Inwardly, he thought, "Good thing I was cautious enough yesterday. At the time, only Lin Bei and I were there. As long as I refuse to admit it, what can he do to me?" Lin Bei gave a cold laugh. "For the Lin family's benefit? You keep saying it's all for the Lin family, yet why did you frame me and at the same time drag the Lin family into danger?" As he spoke, he began reaching into sleeve. What he took out was the shadow stone provided by the system. As he declared, "Everyone, compensating the Su family with 100 million spirit stones is my way of apologizing to Miss Su, but that doesn't mean I, Lin Bei, will just let people frame me however they please." Deep down, Lin Bei was making a huge gamble, silently praying, "Come on, system, don't let me down. Whether I can turn this around all depends on how solid the evidence you gave me is." He raised the shadow stone high and said someone else was the true culprit behind what happened last night. "This is the evidence. Everyone, take a look." The stone lit up, projecting a scene. "Great elder, tell me, do you think Miaoji will like the sword techniques I bought her? That girl Su Miaoji is obsessed with swordsmanship. She'll definitely like them. If you're still worried, then bring this sachet as well. It's called Heavenly Fragrance Orchid. The scent is fresh and elegant. It's the latest product from Heavenly Fragrance Pavilion. One of a kind. I had to leave some connections to get it. I already helped you look into it. That girl from the Su family loves orchid fragrance the most. If you give this to her, her favorability toward you will definitely skyrocket." "That's great, many thanks, great elder." Lin Bei took out the physical sachet as evidence and explained, "This is the sachet recorded in the shadow stone. I only discovered afterward that it had soulhook grass mixed into it. Continual exposure makes people dazed and confused, causing them to lose their senses." With the truth laid bare, Lin Bei's father felt both shocked and relieved, laughing as he said, "I knew it, this unfilial brat may be a scoundrel, but he's not so bad that he'd actually do something like that, ha ha ha." Another elder also spoke up, "So, we really did misunderstand Lin Bei?" Taking advantage of everyone's distraction, the great elder tried to sneak away, thinking to himself, when did this brat even record all of this? How am I supposed to talk my way out now? No, I have to get out of here. But his actions did not escape Lin Bei's notice, who coldly asked, "And where is the great elder planning to go?" The elder jolted in shock and froze in place. Seeing that the evidence was irrefutable, Lin Bei's father flew into a rage, drew his sword, pointed it straight at the great elder, and roared, "Don't even think about running." A chaotic fight immediately broke out, Lin Bei's father shouting loudly, "You old dog, you dared to frame my son, I'll cut you down." After a bout of wild blows and grappling, the great elder was tied up, and Lin Bei's father, as clan head, announced, "The great elder has fabricated charges against a member of his own clan. As head of the Lin family, I hereby." The second mission completed, the system rang out once more, "Congratulations to the host for completing the mission, you have obtained 200 million spirit stones, already placed in the system backpack. A new mission will be released later, for now, the host may freely explore." Despite his crushing defeat, the great elder still tried to salvage his pride. "Lin Bei, impressive methods, this old man will accept his loss, but since you already had the evidence, why didn't you take it out earlier?" Lin Bei calmly explained, "If I had taken out this shadow stone from the start, Master Su would only have thought I was making excuses to escape punishment, and would have hated me even more, since the incident had already happened. Isn't that right?" Upon hearing this explanation, the great elder completely collapsed. If he knew from the beginning, then why did he still wear the sachet? He deliberately went along with the plan so he could see this chance to win the Su family over. What a deep and scheming mind. After dealing with the traitor, the other elders spoke up one after another. "The great elder has already been dealt with, Lin Bei. Now it's your turn to explain about those spirit stones. That's 100 million spirit stones. Just handing it over to outsiders like that will let the Zlai family of Fingchi City dominate alone. Lin Bei, you're still too young and didn't think this through enough." Hearing this, Lin Bei merely smiled, raised the crystal card again, and another mountain of spirit stones appeared. "Oh? Who said I only have 100 million spirit stones?" Everyone was once again struck dumb. Lin Bei's father said proudly, "Good kid, I knew you couldn't be that stupid," while the other elders were now completely convinced that Lin Bei had a powerful force backing him. Lin Bei put on a mysterious air, raised a finger to his lips, and said, "Ah, that cannot be spoken," which only further reinforced the elders' assumptions. The elders began analyzing on their own, with one suggesting that true experts often dislike showing themselves, and that Lin Bei's actions only proved he had powerful backing, seeing this as a huge opportunity and a great stroke of fortune for the Lin family. Lin Bei's father took a deep breath as a bold thought flashed through his mind. Our Lin family is just a branch of the Lin clan in the central domain. Could this brat have gotten acquainted with some expert from the central domain Lin clan? While the elders were lost in their own speculation, Lin Bei was completely clueless, wondering to himself, "Wait, what are they all getting? Why am I the only one who doesn't understand any of this?" Lin Bei silently calculated, this 100 million spirit stones might be a lot, but as long as crises keep getting resolved, the system will keep giving me spirit stones non-store compared to this 100 million. What I need more right now is the Lin family's say-so. Thinking this through, he declared, "However, this 100 million spirit stones can't be taken by the family for free. I have one small condition. I want there to be only one voice in the Lin family from now on." He broke into a bright smile and asked in a threatening tone, "Who's in favor, who's against?" The great hall once again fell silent. Lin Bei's father stared at his son in shock, thinking, "This unfilial brat actually wants to steal my position as clan head." Panic set in as he recalled all the times he had beaten Lin Bei when he was young. If this kid became clan head, would he even survive? In truth, Lin Bei had no intention of usurping the position, seeing that his father did not fully control the clan. He only wanted to help stabilize the clan head's authority to deal with external threats. It was just that his method was a bit special. A few elders still hesitated, believing that managing a clan required more than just spirit stones, and that distributing such a huge amount of spirit stones was a complicated matter. Lin Bei looked utterly puzzled by their reasoning and asked blankly, "Distribute? Why would it need to be distributed?" He pointed at the mountain of spirit stones and said innocently, "Aren't these all for the various elders?" The elders could not believe their ears, stammering as they asked, For us?" Lin Bei explained reasonably, "What else? If the money was for the Lin family itself, why would I bother taking it out? I'd just send it straight to the clan treasury." One elder grabbed Lin Bei's hand and said emotionally, He, I always felt this child Lin Bei would amount to something. Now that I see him today, he truly is a favored son of heaven." The elders' attitudes completely changed, turning to shout and urge everyone to address Lin Bei as clan head, with one even declaring, "Whoever does not support clan head Lin Bei, I will be the first to oppose them." Lin Bei smiled in satisfaction. "Since you elders are willing to think this way, that really is for the best." However, Lin Bei's triumphant smile suddenly froze, his body stiffening as his eyes widened in shock. I'm the clan head? Seriously? Lin Bei panicked completely and waved his hands in refusal. No, I don't want to be clan head," screaming inwardly. His ultimate goal was to be lazy, to lie flat and enjoy the system. Becoming clan head and shouldering an entire clan was nothing short of the worst possible nightmare. Fortunately, a clever elder found a solution and said, "I get it. Officially, the Lin family's clan head will stay the same on the surface. That's the safest way." Thus, while Lin Bei's father retained the title of clan head in name, Lin Bei became the true decision-maker of the Lin family. Lin Bei's father could only cover his face in despair, feeling as if he were already dead inside. The Lin family is finished. Meanwhile, Lin Bei could only give an awkward smile, having no desire at all for this troublesome position. That night, after everything had settled down, the Lin family returned to its usual peaceful state. Back in his room, Lin Bei was still confused, wondering, wait, what exactly did they get? How did I end up becoming clan head? Things have come this far, so this role as the Lin family's decision-maker is something I can only reluctantly accept. That reminds me, I still don't really know what functions the system actually has. He summoned the system and asked about its functions, and the system replied, "This system is dedicated to creating a safe and stable lying flat environment for the host." The first and most important function was introduced: provide AFK automatic cultivation, meaning he did not need to do anything for his cultivation to increase. In addition, the system had other attractive functions such as Destiny Points Lottery, similar to a Gashapon machine, and Destiny Points Future Prediction, allowing him to know upcoming events in advance. Finally, there was a mission board, where he could accept and complete system missions to earn Destiny Points. Lin Bei was overjoyed. Prophecy? Damn, doesn't that mean I basically have the script now? I can finally lie flat for real. System, hurry up and match a cultivation technique for me to AFK train with. The system confirmed, technique matched, automatic AFK cultivation in progress, effort is for other people, all the host needs to do is lie flat. Lin Bei wore a satisfied smile, his dream finally having come true. He exclaimed in complete contentment, "Ah, the lying flat life, so plain, so simple, and so boring." Bang! An angry hand slammed heavily onto the table. It turned out that the furious one was the Su family's second young master, Su Qingshan, who was questioning his father, the Su clan head. "Dad, why are you letting that bastard Lin Bei come to our house? He's not worthy. Once he steps through the Su family gates tomorrow, I'll just..." Master Su patiently explained. "And then what? The Su and Lin families fight to the death and everyone dies together? This is the Lin family's compensation. Their sincerity is real. Qi Shan, your father really has no other choice." At the same time, a graceful figure appeared, elegant purple high heels stepping lightly forward. She was the Su family's eldest young lady, Su Miaoji, standing at the doorway, her voice full of bitterness. "Dad is selling me off for spirit stones?" Master Su spoke in slight surprise. "My girl, since when were you?" She sneered and replied, "From the moment little brother said that Lecher from the Lin family was coming over to pay a visit." Seeing his sister appear, Su Qinshan was both surprised and worried, while Su Miaoji turned to thank her brother for speaking up for her. She then turned back and told her father that she understood his difficulties, and that the interests of the Su family mattered more than her own personal gains or losses. However, her voice suddenly turned cold, her gaze sharp as a blade. It's just that, when it comes to sparing Lin Bei, that is something I will never agree to. Killing intent erupted from Su Miaoji, the sword at her waist emitting an eerie glow. She clenched her teeth and swore that the despicable man had dared to use underhanded methods on her, and even if it cost her life, she would kill him. Faced with the eldest young lady's surging killing intent, both Master Su and Su Qinshan broke out in cold sweat, sharing the same thought in their minds: Lin Bei is dead for sure. Su Miaoji drew her sword from its sheath, her eyes resolute as she growled, "And if father tries to stop me, then I might as well die right now." The sharp blade pressed against her fair white throat. Master Su cried out in panic, "My daughter!" Frightened pale, Master Su quickly backed down. "Put the sword down, quickly, your father won't stop you. I'll let you have your revenge. All right, I'll return the Lin family's spirit stones right away." Su Miaoji froze, unable to believe her ears. Could her father really agree so easily? To reinforce his words, he loudly affirmed, "Absolutely, truer than pure gold." Immediately afterward, he issued an order as clan head: "Pass down my order as clan head, gather resources and prepare to go to war with the Lin family. When Lin Bei comes tomorrow, we'll tie him up and use him as a hostage." Meanwhile, elsewhere, Lin Bei was lying lazily by the window, humming a tune while enjoying the fruits of automatic cultivation, truly living an elegant life. Suddenly, a shrill warning panel from the system appeared, startling Lin Bei. What the hell was going on? The system reported, "Su Miaoji has joined in. The Su family head is resuming his revenge against you. Mission judged as failed. The system will urgently reclaim the 5 volumes of heaven-rank sword techniques previously awarded. You can no longer AFK cultivate. This function can be unlocked again after completing the new mission." Seeing the notice, Lin Bei drooped. "If I can't AFK cultivate, how am I supposed to lie down and get stronger? No way. New mission. What's the new mission?" Before Lin Bei could recover from the shock, a new mission appeared. Mission target: host must dispel the killing intent of the Su family's young lady, Su Miaoji, and turn enemies into friends. Completion reward: 1,500 destiny points. Failure penalty: getting chopped into meat paste by Su Miaoji. Seeing this, cold sweat poured down his back. Wait, me and Su Miaoji? Turn enemies into friends? That woman wants to chop me into mince. Back at the Su family, a bird flew in, immediately spotted by someone who shouted. That bird came flying from the Lin family. "Take it down." Whoosh, an arrow tore through the air, striking the poor bird dead on. In the Great Hall, Master Su continued to reassure his daughter, "Don't worry, my girl. Once Lin Bei arrives, I'll smash my cup as the signal. 500 sword cultivators of the Su family, each one strike. Even Lin Tianxia won't recognize his own son when we're done." Hearing her father's plan, Su Miaoji curled her lips into a cold smile. "Can't wait, I'll take the first strike." At this moment, in the eyes of the Su father and son, she looked no different from a little demon blazing with rage, leaving them huddled together trembling in a corner. Just then, a servant rushed in breathlessly to report, "Clan head, that brat Lin Bei has arrived." The entire Su family turned their attention over, and the clan head ordered that he be let in. Lin Bei stepped alone into the Su family's great hall, his momentum towering, but what greeted his eyes was a grand scene. The entire hall had been arranged like a battlefield, with dozens of sword cultivators lined up on both sides, killing intent surging, and standing at the center were none other than the 3 members of the Su family, fully prepared to welcome him. Lin Bei thought to himself, "Looks like the system's info was right. Su Miaoji really does want to kill me, but if I don't clear this mission, I'm dead anyway. I can only grit my teeth and go for it." Without a word, Su Qinshan was the first to charge, sword aimed straight at Lin Bei as he shouted, "Villain, I'm going to avenge my sister." The instant danger closed in, the system automatically activated the auto-battle service. Lin Bei lightly dodged the blade, yet still cried out in anguish, "Damn it, my hair! While using the legendary skill bare-handed blade catch, Lin Bei remained unfazed as he teased, "Little brother-in-law, spare my hair." Seeing her brother fail to land a hit, Su Miaoji immediately leapt into the air, sword in hand, shouting, "Let your go die." A powerful slash came down, but Lin Bei nimbly avoided it. Being attacked non-stop by the siblings, Lin Bei dodged while calling out for help, "Master Su, don't just stand there watching, hurry up and stop them." Thinking the clan head would intervene, who would have thought he instead kicked away the Spirit Stone card, the Lin family's compensation. Master Su roared, "Lin Bei, I am a father after all, I cannot sell my daughter out for glory, even if I throw away that 100 million Spirit Stones, I'm still taking your life today." Seeing the entire Su family bent on killing him, Lin Bei could no longer joke around. His expression turned serious as he decided to use his ultimate move, and the system announced, "System Auto Battle Power Output at Maximum." Repeated sidesteps. Witnessing the scene, Master Su exclaimed in shock, What level is that footwork? It's so agile." After a series of evasive maneuvers, Lin Bei lightly landed on the ground and spoke, "I came here today to personally apologize to Su Miaoji. You won't even let me speak and just want to kill me. Can't you at least give me a chance to say something?" Su Miaoji replied coldly, "You can talk, but only to leave your last words." He thought to himself, "I really don't want to get chopped into mince, looks like I only have one last option." Lin Bei took out a glowing purple item and continued, "Miss Su, you can't kill me right now anyway, there's something I want you to see. If, after you've seen it, you still insist on making a move, I'll accept it. I'd like to see how you plan to talk your way out of this." After that, he slowly recounted the entire sequence of events. Hearing Lin Bei's explanation, Master Su frowned, as if he had noticed something amiss. Lin Bei continued his reasoning, "As everyone can see, I'm also a victim in this matter. The person who set this up wanted to provoke a conflict between the Su and Lin families. Think about it. If the Lin and Su families clash, who stands to gain?" Su Miaoji immediately snapped awake, instantly realizing the answer, the Yi family, one of the three great clans. Bingo. Faced with Lin Bei's sharp accusation, Su Qinshan, with a head full of nothing but muscles, completely failed to keep up, his eyes spinning like pinwheels, still confused. Could it be that all of this was really orchestrated by the Yi family behind the scenes? To drive the final nail in, Lin Bei casually revealed, "Naturally, when we questioned the Great Elder last night, the Lin family also obtained proof of his collusion with the Yi family." Upon hearing this, Su Miaoji immediately retorted, "The Yi family? Impossible. Brother Yifan treats me very well. He would never allow the Yi family to do something like that." Lin Bei pointed out a harsh truth, "Miss Su, Yifan is Yifan, he doesn't represent the Yi family's stance. Besides, ever since this incident, everyone in Fengqi City knows what happened to you. Has Yifan come to see you even once?" Struck at her sore spot, Su Miaoji could only weakly argue, "That's because Brother Yifan heard the rumors in the city and didn't want to make things harder for me. And anyway, isn't it all your fault my reputation was ruined in the first place?" Lin Bei thought to himself, from the original owner's memories of Yifan, it's obvious he just doesn't want to come. But if I tell her that right now, she'll only want to kill me even more. Therefore, Lin Bei decided to unleash his final move, taking out a scroll as he said, "No matter what, either of us wanted things to develop this far. These sword techniques were originally meant as a gift for Miss Su that night, but now they can only serve as compensation." Before Su Miaoji could fully react, she felt a sharp and pure sword intent radiating from the manual, leaving her stunned. Could this really be? Su Miaoji's eyes widened as she stammered, "A heaven-rank technique?" Seeing this, muscle-brained Su Qinshan grew furious, roaring, "Don't joke with me, you villain! Just because you bought off my father with money yesterday doesn't mean you can use the same trick to bewitch my sister today." As soon as he finished speaking, he charged forward again with his sword, shouting, "Heaven-rank technique, my foot, my sister would never accept anything from you. Take your technique and go to hell with it." His reckless action startled both Lin Bei and Su Miaoji. Su Miaoji cried out in alarm, "Qinshan, wait!" Smack! A crisp sound rang out, The unfortunate Su Qinshan had not even understood what was happening before he took a heaven-shaking slap from his beloved younger sister and was sent flying far away. After clearing away the obstacle, Su Miaoji spun around a full 180 degrees, her eyes shining brightly, cheeks flushed, her voice filled with anticipation. A heaven rank technique? This heaven rank technique is really for me? Lin Bei was stunned and asked, "Yeah, is there a problem with that?" He thought to himself, "It's just a technique. Why are you acting like you won the lottery? You weren't this happy even when I gave the Su family 100 million spirit stones." Su Miaoji looked at the manual in her hands, her heart brimming with excitement. This is a heaven rank technique. It's a legacy that all noble clans and sects can only dream of obtaining. I've trained in martial arts for so many years. Being able to get a technique like this, I can die without regrets. Once the excitement faded, Su Miaoji began to ponder, something this precious, and Lin Bei just gave it away as casually as handing over some fruit? She looked at Lin Bei, a question rising in her heart. Is Lin Bei really just some ordinary wastrel? At this moment, Su Qinshan slowly crawled back up, still clutching his swollen cheek, and angrily questioned his sister about why she accepted a gift from that bastard. On the surface, Lin Bei smiled and innocently asked, "Miss Su, is my apology gift sincere enough now?" But inwardly he was extremely anxious. "Girl, at least give me some kind of reaction." Su Miaoji fell silent, clutching the manual tightly, her inner thoughts locked in a fierce struggle. Suddenly a hand rested on her shoulder. It was Master Su, who looked at her with a complicated gaze and said he had something to discuss with her. But Su Qinshan still refused to give up, pointing straight at Lin Bei as he roared, "You Lin bastard, you might fool my dad and my sis, but you can't fool me, take my sword." Thud this time, it was Master Su who struck, using his sword sheath to deliver a heaven-shaking blow to his son's head, leaving Su Qinshan clutching his head and yelping in pain. After suppressing his son, Master Su turned to whisper to Su Miaoji, asking her about the technique Lin Bei had gifted. Su Miaoji answered honestly, "This technique truly lives up to being heaven rank. It's far more profound than the profound rank wind-riding sword I've been cultivating." After some thought, Master Su finally saw things clearly. "My girl, I've thought it over carefully. That kid Lin Bei was right. This whole thing is almost certainly the Yi family stirring up trouble behind the scenes." Su Miaoji also agreed. Now compared to teaching Lin Bei a lesson, she was far more eager to uncover who was truly trying to harm her. Master Su glanced at Lin Bei and continued, "Teach Lin Bei a lesson. Lin Bei is definitely not as simple as he looks. If we truly fall out with him, the Su family may end up facing annihilation." Su Miaoji lowered her head in contemplation. "I understand. Since I was young I've been obsessed with the sword and have enjoyed the family's resources and support." As she spoke, she raised her head, her eyes filled with resolve. "Now it's my turn to repay the family." She turned to face Lin Bei and declared that she would temporarily spare him, but the grudge over her ruined chastity was something she absolutely could not let go of so easily. Then she shouted, "From now on, don't ever let me see you again." Lin Bei was stunned, screaming inwardly, "So Su Miaoji still holds a grudge against me, but the system wants me to turn enemies into friends, or I'm still dead meat." In this life-or-death situation, Lin Bei decided there was only one final path left. He bowed his head respectfully and said, "Miss Su, you've misunderstood. I'm not forcing you to forgive me." Then he looked up and made a shocking request. "What I mean is, I'd like to ask you to cut me down with a single sword strike." All three members of the Su family showed extreme shock and shouted in unison, "What?" Su Miaoji pointed her sword straight at him and angrily shouted, "Lin Bei, what kind of insane act is this? Are you trying to threaten me with such a stunt?" Lin Bei denied it, asserting that although he was somewhat lazy, he was not an irresponsible person. He continued his speech, saying that the harm Su Miaoji had suffered was not something that just 100 million spirit stones and a trivial technique could compensate for. Hearing this, Master Su was speechless, thinking to himself, "A mere 100 million? Damn it, do rich people always talk in such a pure and elegant way?" As he spoke, Lin Bei stepped forward and grasped the hand holding Su Miaoji's sword. He decisively placed the blade on his own shoulder, looking straight at her as he said, "If Miss Su wants to kill me, then kill me, don't hold back. I, Lin Bei, will not waver." But deep inside, he was screaming, "Ancestor, it's just my bitter meat act. Please don't actually do it. I'm begging you, don't swing that sword." Su Miao, she was completely bewildered, thinking to herself, is this something the Lin Bei I know could say? No, when it comes down to it, do I really understand Lin Bei at all? Meanwhile, Su Qinshan thought his sister was softening and shouted, "Sis, you're not going soft on this bastard, are you? If you can't bring yourself to do it, then let me." Then once again, he swung his sword and charged forward. Clang! The two swords collided as Su Miaoji blocked her brother's attack. Su Qinshan was completely stunned at being stopped by his own younger sister and stammered, "Sis, what are you doing?" Su Miaoji coldly declared to her brother, "You don't need to do it." Her gaze sharp as a blade and fixed on Lin Bei, "My own business, I'll handle it myself." Unexpectedly, Su Miaoji truly stabbed her sword into Lin Bei's shoulder, fresh blood pouring out. Lin Bei screamed inwardly, "Crap, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, this girl is way too cold-blooded, I'm at least your future husband." But immediately after, she produced a pill, leaving him completely confused. She coldly said it was a healing pill that would stop the bleeding once swallowed, and Lin Bei could only stare blankly. Seeing his hesitation, Su Miaoji turned back and directly stuffed the pill into his mouth, ordering him to swallow it immediately. After that, she turned and walked away, saying that she would treat it as if he had not done it intentionally, and that this single sword strike meant the two of them were now even. Her heart was also full of conflict. "Lin Bei, oh Lin Bei, if you had just stayed a bastard I could have killed you without hesitation, but why did you suddenly turn over a new leaf?" Seeing that matters had temporarily settled, Master Su spoke up, "Lin Bei, since my daughter no longer holds you accountable, this matter ends here, you may leave now." Lin Bei thought to himself, looking at her now, she doesn't seem like she'd draw her sword to cut someone down, will she really chop me into mince? The system displayed another warning, if not turned from enemy to friend, Su Miaoji will be provoked by Yi Fan in the future, and will kill the host. Lin Bei fell into despair once more, so I still die anyway, I need to find a way to completely eliminate this hidden danger. Suddenly, an idea flashed through his mind. According to the original owner's memories, Su Miaoji has always pursued the pinnacle of swordsmanship, but those around her never understood her. Perhaps this is an opening. He immediately changed his attitude and said with a bright smile, "Miss Su is so magnanimous. I, Lin Bei, admire that. How about we become friends? These are sword technique manuals I've collected over the years. I'm willing to give them to Miss Su for free." Su Miaoji was shocked. "There's more? Brother Yifan only ever gives me jewelry and accessories. Lin Bei, don't you think it's improper for women to wield swords and spears?" Only then did Lin Bei deliver the decisive blow, striking straight into her heart. "Why would you say that? The sword doesn't distinguish between men and women. Before the great Tao, all beings are equal." Memories of Yifan's words surged back. The sword? Why must women get involved in all that fighting and killing? Isn't it better to stay home, support your husband, and raise children? Even her father echoed in her mind, "Sigh, daughter, with you swinging swords around every day like this, when will you ever get married?" Su Miaoji was completely conquered, murmuring, "All beings equal, no distinction between men and women, this is the first time anyone has ever said something like this to me." A gentle smile bloomed on her lips as she thought to herself, "Lin Bei is different from other men." Finally, she fully opened her heart. "All right, let's be friends, fellow Taoist Lin. From now on we can discuss the sword together." Immediately, the system announced, "Congratulations to the host for completing the mission and turning Su Miaoji from enemy to friend. 1,500 destiny points have been distributed, the 48-hour countdown has been lifted, AFK function has been restored." Lin Bei let out a long sigh of relief, cheering wildly in his mind, "Finally done, that was so difficult, now I've finally saved my life." But his joy did not last long before the system sounded again. "New mission released, mission target, the child of destiny Yi Fan, will develop killing intent toward you, please resolve this crisis, completion reward, 2,000 destiny points, failure penalty, annihilation by the child of destiny. Lin Bei froze once more. Huh? Yifan? Child of destiny? Why is this guy getting involved now? Meanwhile, elsewhere, a figure stood before the Lin family estate, eyes brimming with killing intent as he snarled, "How dare he touch my woman, the Lin family, I will destroy them." Yifan, child of destiny, curled his lips into a contemptuous smile. As for that Su Miaoji, even though she's lost her purity, she's still good enough to be my concubine. The main gate of the Su family opened. Yifan frowned in displeasure when he saw something. Su Miaoji was happily seeing Lin Bei off, and their appearance immediately drew Yifan's attention. The girl spoke up, "Fellow Taoist Lin, I definitely won't fail your expectations. I'll devote myself to studying the sword." The young man replied modestly, "You're too polite, Miss Su. When I'm free, I'll be sure to visit and ask you for guidance in swordsmanship." The scene of the two chatting and laughing fell squarely into Yifan's eyes, his teeth grinding as jealousy and rage flared within him, secretly cursing Su Miaoji for secretly consorting with Lin Bei. Yifan looked at the storage ring on his hand, a vicious thought flashing through his mind. I was planning to use spirit medicine to treat her cold-type constitution, but now I've changed my mind. I'm going to the Su family to propose marriage. Once the wedding night comes, I'll slowly torment that cold-type body of hers. It's the perfect furnace cauldron physique. As for Lin Bei, he's just a useless wastrel. Once I successfully break through, I'll erase him and the entire Lin family together. Meanwhile, Lin Bei had already returned to his room and was complaining to the system. "Another death-ending, system. Do you really enjoy watching me die that much?" The system replied, "All missions are issued based on anchored predictions of future crises. There is absolutely no intention to harm the host." He pondered for a moment and said, "True enough, without the system, I'd already have been chopped in half by that old Su geezer. Forget it. Raising my strength is what really matters." Looking at the items displayed on the system screen, Lin Bei excitedly shouted, "System, I want to spin the lottery." Each spin cost 100 destiny points, and with the mindset of a true gambler, Lin Bei did not hesitate to choose the 10-pull package right away. Why? Because miracles only happen with 10 pulls, of course. Lin Bei clasped his hands in prayer, muttering, "No safety net, no safety net." 1,000 destiny points instantly vanished from his account, leaving only 500. The results appeared: 8 faint light blue streaks, 1 purple streak, and only a single brilliant golden-orange streak. No. Lin Bei clutched his head and screamed in despair. Tears welling up, Lin Bei comforted himself. At least it's not 9 blues. Yeah, that doesn't count as a pity pull." The system announced a series of items: 100 million spirit stones x3, normal; 1 bottle super spirit gathering pill x3, normal; 1 ton ice jade marrow x1, rare; sword Dao epiphany pill x2, normal; Nirvana sutra x1, legendary. All have been placed in the system backpack. The system asked whether he wanted to do single pulls since he did not have enough points for another 10 pull. Lin Bei immediately rejected it. Single pulls? No way. Only 10 pulls bring miracles. Even a dog wouldn't single pull. However, deep in his eyes, a trace of hesitation flickered. His gambling blood was acting up again. And so, he smacked his lips and gave in. "Whatever, I'll just try." An instant slap in the face. Another 100 destiny points were gone. The system announced, "Congratulations to the host for drawing 100 million spirit stones, normal, already placed in the system backpack." His face instantly turned blank. Sigh, at least the safety net rewards aren't that bad. He picked up the 2 pill bottles to examine them. The system displayed the information. Item name, Sword Dao Epiphany Pill. Description, grants a one-time Sword Dao Epiphany, raising the user's understanding of the sword. Item name, Super Spirit Gathering Pill. Description, increases cultivation with no side effects, only effective for the profound novice realm. Lin Bei curled his lips into a grin. These pills only work for profound novice. It's like they were tailor-made for me. He thought to himself, according to the original body's memories, this world's cultivation ranks are profound novice, profound disciple, profound master, profound spirit, profound king, profound emperor, profound venerable, profound saint, profound sovereign, and profound god, each realm divided into 9 stages. And the original owner is total dead weight, even with a whole family behind him, he's still stuck at the lowest profound novice stage. Without hesitation, Lin Bei poured all the pills into his mouth, telling himself, if talent isn't enough, then pills will make up for it. I refuse to believe I won't break through after taking this many. A massive and violent surge of energy erupted inside his body, making him let out a muffled groan. Lin Bei felt a surge of power and enlightenment toward the sword Dao. He was at a critical breakthrough stage, powerful aura surrounding him. After the breakthrough, Lin Bei revealed a confident smile, stretched out his hand and shouted loudly, "Sword, come!" Immediately, a sword flew in from somewhere through the window, followed by a distant frantic shout from its owner. "Who is it? Who stole my sword?" The sword flew straight into Lin Bei's hand, and he easily grasped it. Lin Bei began to wield the sword, unleashing sharp and fluid sword strikes, red sword chi surging out and blending with each of his movements. His gaze grew sharp, his tone extremely confident. So this is the sword Dao. He swung the sword hard, gathering a terrifying wave of sword chi. He slashed out with tremendous force, carving a blazing streak of light through the air. The sword chi shot straight through the roof, causing a huge explosion. An elder nearby cried and shouted, "Holy crap, I don't want this sword anymore." Lin Bei stood tall in the room beneath the gaping roof, crimson sword chi swirling around him. He raised the sword high and confidently declared, "Beneath Profound Practitioner, I am invincible. At Profound Master Realm, I'll trade 1 for 1, sword heart, achieved." Suddenly, Master Lin's voice scolded from afar, "Rebellious son, tearing down the house in the middle of the night? Hurry up and return the elder's sword." Lin Bei casually tossed the sword back outside, thinking to himself, "In any case, I have already advanced to the Profound Practitioner realm. With my current attainments in the sword Dao, teaching Su Miaoji will be no pressure at all." Only then did he recall another item in his inventory. He picked it up and wondered, but what is this ice jade marrow actually used for? Used as ice cubes for tea? Item name, ice jade marrow. Description, extreme cold treasure, can stimulate innate cold energy. Since he did not yet know its use, Lin Bei decided to store it away. Perhaps it could be sold for a good price later. Then he remembered he still had a cultivation method he had not checked yet. Nirvana Sutra, the system explained, the Nirvana chapter of the Primordial Immortal Sutra, recording the primordial Nirvana technique, can be cultivated alongside other methods. If the practitioner receives a fatal injury and has sufficient spiritual energy, they can be reborn through Nirvana. Lin Bei was stunned. This is resurrection? In other words, if I learn this skill, I'll have a built-in resurrection passive? As long as my mana bar is full enough, I can resurrect. This skill is simply perfect for me. Just this cultivation method alone makes this 10 pull worth it. He looked at the remaining balance of 400 destiny points. The gambling urge flared again, and the thought of 4 more single pulls surfaced. But then he restrained himself. No, I must control myself. Single pulls basically never yield anything good. System, what did you say destiny points could do before? The system replied, the host can consume destiny points to make prophecies. The consumption amount depends on the target's luck and the impact of the prophesied event. Considering the host's mission and remaining points, it is recommended to make a prophecy regarding Su Miaoji. Lin Bei suddenly remembered this crucial function and did not hesitate, deciding to go all in with the remaining 400 points. Almost forgot about this. Quick, give me some intel. Lin Bei entered a prophetic state, countless streams of data and information surrounding him, revealing secrets of the future. And the first truth was revealed. So that's how it is. Su Miaoji possesses the innate cold physique, but due to a difficult birth, her constitution is flawed. At 22, the cold energy will erupt, and she will die. The prophecy continued to unfold. According to normal development, tomorrow Yifan will bring out a spirit medicine capable of suppressing the cold energy to propose marriage to the Su family. Once Yifan succeeds in the proposal, and the Yi and Su families ally through marriage, it won't be long before Yifan wipes out the Lin family. Lin Bei was stunned by the bleak future, and realized he had to make Yifan fail and personally resolve Su Miaoji's cold energy issue. At this moment, Lin Bei recalled the ice jade marrow and asked the system whether it could cure Su Miaoji's congenital flaw. The system affirmed, certainly, host. Lin Bei revealed a sinister smile, his whole body exuding a villainous aura. He. With me here, Yi Fan, don't even think about succeeding in your proposal. Meanwhile, in the Su family courtyard, Master Su proudly watched his daughter, Su Miaoji, practicing swordsmanship. He could not help but be astonished that she had already grasped the fundamentals of the heaven-rank sword Dao cultivation method in just one night. Lin Bei appeared at just the right moment, and began his plan with a compliment. Miss Su's sword Dao talent is truly astonishing. This sword strike already has the flavor of sword intent. Su Miaoji replied modestly, if not for your heaven-rank cultivation method, how could I possibly touch the threshold of sword intent? Fellow Taoist Lin, please sit. Watching the girl pour tea in front of him, Lin Bei felt some emotion inside. Before eating the sword Dao epiphany pill, I couldn't even understand those heaven-rank cultivation methods, yet she mastered the basics in one night. Worthy of being the woman beside the child of destiny, fortunately, I didn't make an enemy of her. He took a sip of tea and went straight to the point. Sorry to intrude, but I came today for two matters. Miss Su should be very familiar with Yi Fan, right? I wonder if you could help introduce us? Su Miaoji paused, her expression somewhat surprised and conflicted. Brother Yi Fan. That's right, Lin Bei confirmed with a smile, his plan perfectly clear. To stop Yi Fan from marrying Su Miaoji, the most important thing is to destroy Yi Fan's good image in Su Miaoji's heart. Su Miaoji showed concern. I'm afraid that won't do. Brother Yi Fan's impression of you is truly terrible. I'm afraid he might attack you again. She was about to say with your strength, but suddenly stopped, realizing something was off. Su Miaoji was secretly shocked. You are clearly standing right in front of me, yet I can't sense your presence at all. I can't even sense your cultivation base. She could not hide her astonishment, and immediately asked, could it be that you have completely comprehended sword intent and realized the clear sword heart? In Su Miaoji's mind appeared the image of Yi Fan, who always claimed to be a genius, yet had only achieved minor success in comprehending sword intent, and a comparison quietly took shape. Compared to Lin Bei in the field of sword Dao, Yi Fan was truly not worth mentioning, even if his cultivation might be higher. The scene of Lin Bei unleashing that powerful sword strike had already proven it. Lin Bei leisurely sipped his tea, feigning innocence. It seems Yi Fan had many misunderstandings about me before, actually. I just wanted to discuss the sword Dao with the two of you. Su Miaoji was now completely convinced. She smiled and said, being able to encounter the clear sword heart in advance would also be very helpful for Brother Yi Fan's breakthrough. I will send someone to send word to him. I believe he won't refuse. Lin Bei laughed inwardly. According to the original body's memory of Yi Fan, he isn't a generous person. Perhaps Su Miaoji can't see it, but only by letting Su Miaoji see his true colors can the marriage proposal issue be solved at the root. After settling the first matter, Lin Bei put on an embarrassed expression, his face reddening as he spoke. Another matter is regarding what happened that night. Upon hearing about that night, an illusion of the intimate scene between the two surfaced. Su Miaoji blushed and replied, that matter, isn't it already in the past? Lin Bei took out a wooden box and said, the medicinal effect of the sachet the great elder used to plot against us still has residues in the body. If not cleared, it will cause an impact on future cultivation. This antidote can purify the toxins, but it requires someone to guide it from the side, allowing spiritual energy to circulate along a special route in the meridians. Lin Bei laughed inwardly. Luckily, I purposely saved a super spirit gathering pill. The residual poison was just an excuse I found to farm favorability. Everything is for the sake of survival. Su Miaoji completely believed Lin Bei's act, thinking that he was truly a righteous gentleman, and that pretending to be a wastrel young master in the past must have hidden unspeakable, a difficult situation. Therefore, Su Miaoji agreed to let him help with the detoxification and suggested going to the cultivation room. As the two of them headed toward the cultivation room, Master Su watched them with a satisfied smile and sighed. Young people, truly full of vitality. Just at this moment, a servant came running over in panic to report, Patriarch Su, Yi family's Yi Fan. Yi Fan strode in aggressively, his expression extremely unpleasant. Patriarch Su. I wonder where Miaoji is? Meanwhile, Su Miaoji had already entered the cultivation room, completely unaware that Yi Fan had arrived. Yi Fan flew into a rage, kicking the door and roaring, Lin Bei, get the hell out here. Master Su stopped Yi Fan's kick in time and explained that Lin Bei was helping his daughter detoxify and absolutely could not be disturbed. Yi Fan grew even more furious and jealous. Detoxifying? What kind of poison requires a man and a woman to be alone in a room? Suddenly a voice echoed from the room, Ah, I can feel it, my cultivation base is rising. Leaving both Master Su and Yi Fan stunned. Hearing this, Yi Fan became even more enraged, roaring for Lin Bei to come out and face him. Inside, Su Miaoji's face was flushed red as the cold energy was being forced out of her body. She weakly told Lin Bei to leave quickly. But Lin Bei said he could not leave, thinking to himself, is this the out-of-control congenital cold physique? I don't believe the sword chi of the clear sword heart can't suppress you. He told her to endure it a little longer, then quickly formed a sword seal with his fingers, using his own sword chi to seal the rampaging cold energy. The violent clash of the two energies inside Su Miaoji's body caused her to cry out in pain. The powerful cold energy spread outward, seeping even through the door, while a weak voice sounded from within, You stop quickly. Yi Fan outside sensed it, and his jealousy flared even more. Master Su realized the danger and hurriedly shouted, the cold energy is out of control. Lin Bei, quickly protect my daughter's heart meridians. Meanwhile, Yi Fan prepared to break down the door and rush in. A loud explosion rang out as the door was shattered into pieces by countless dazzling strands of sword chi. Master Su and Yi Fan rushed in, only to see Lin Bei calmly standing with his back to them, holding Su Miaoji's sword, coldly asking, What are you guys doing? Master Su looked extremely tense as he stepped forward, turning his back to Lin Bei and raising his hand to signal him to stop approaching Su Miaoji. Then he anxiously asked his daughter if she was all right, and she only nodded slightly. Yi Fan roared in fury, Dare to touch my woman. Without another word, he swung his sword and charged straight at Lin Bei, shouting, Die! Lin Bei calmly raised his sword to block. Su Miaoji was horrified by Yi Fan's actions and cried out, Yi Fan, what are you doing? Yi Fan let out a cold snort, a red gleam flashing in his eyes. He swung his sword, chopping the sword in Lin Bei's hand cleanly in two. Even amid the battle, Lin Bei remained calm as he asked, Yi Fan, I have no grievances or enmity with you. Why do you want to kill me? Yi Fan could not be bothered to answer, only roaring, I'll chop off your head first, and continuing his frenzied attack. Lin Bei shouted, You forced me to do this, realizing, as expected of the child of destiny, in a head-on conflict, I'm not his match yet. Luckily Su Miaoji is here. Just as Yi Fan was about to unleash his move, Su Miaoji rushed out, spreading her arms to block in front of Lin Bei and shouting, Stop, halt right there. She stood between the two and demanded that Yi Fan apologize to Lin Bei immediately. Yi Fan was stunned, unable to believe that she was protecting a piece of trash who had just taken advantage of her. Su Miaoji angrily explained, Lin Bei was just detoxifying me, my cold physique lost control just now, and he used sword chi to suppress it so I could survive. Yi Fan sneered, completely unconvinced. That sounds nice, but who knows what you two were doing in the room? His humiliating words enraged her. Lin Bei behind them could only rub his forehead, his plan succeeding far beyond expectations. He had not expected that with just a bit of luck, Su Miaoji would be able to see through Yi Fan's true face on her own. Yi Fan still did not stop, believing that he was teaching Lin Bei for her own good. He even shamelessly brought up how Lin Bei had ruined her purity that night. Hearing this, Su Miaoji's expression turned cold as she questioned him. Since you brought up that night, let me ask you, did you know about the collusion between the Lin family great elder and your Yi family? Yi Fan felt guilty and stammered, I didn't know, thinking to himself, if I had known earlier that this matter would drag Su Miaoji into it, I would have stopped it no matter what. Su Miaoji looked at him with deep disappointment. Yi Fan, you have really disappointed me. She turned around and decisively declared, Stop saying I am your woman. From now on, we have nothing to do with each other. Yi Fan was furious to the point of boiling blood, his eyes filled with resentment. You're actually falling out with me over that trash? Don't you forget, I'm the only man who truly treats you well. Lin Bei leisurely stepped forward, adding fuel to the fire. Ahem, Yi-fan, if you really treated her well, why didn't you show up when she needed you the most, and only came to see her now? Yi-fan was left speechless, and could only snap. Humph, what does an outsider like you know about my relationship with Miaoji? He was determined to get her as soon as possible. Sensing that the situation was not good, Yi-fan changed tactics. Uncle Su, to be honest, Miaoji and I have long had feelings for each other. I came today to propose marriage to you. He took out his betrothal gift, a token containing 100,000 spirit stones, and hoped that Patriarch Su would agree to marry Miaoji to him as soon as possible. Faced with Yi-fan's betrothal gift, Master Su was somewhat at a loss. Lin Bei suddenly let out a snort of laughter. Yi-fan angrily turned around and roared, "What are you laughing at? Never seen so many spirit stones, right?" Lin Bei covered his mouth as he laughed, his expression full of mischief. "Nothing, I just thought of something cool."